Hi Stampers, it's Elizabeth from StampScrapandMore.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator located in Canada, and thank you for joining me today. It's actually evening. I don't normally film in the evening, but I had done this film once already, and for some reason, I don't know why, I deleted it. So I need to re-record it. When I went to upload it to YouTube, I realized it was gone. So I must have, in my quest to clean up my workspace on my computer, I must have deleted the video. And so here I am recreating the card again in the tutorial. So we are going to be playing with the Love and Happiness stamp set. This is a beauty. The Bouquet of Love dies and the hybrid embossing folder. It's gorgeous. Love this embossing folder. We're going to be making a gift card holder for a wedding, and I have Susan Phillips, a fellow demonstrator from Canada, to thank for this tutorial. Once a quarter, I gather with about 15 other Stampin' Up! Demonstrator leaders in Canada, and we do a day of creativity for all of our teams. We gather all our team members together and have a full day of creativity. It's a lot of fun, but it's exhausting. There's a lot of time zones in Canada. And this was a presentation that Susan had done for Christmas, and it was a gift card holder. Loved it so much that I want to recreate it for a wedding. So thank you, Susan, for your inspiration. Let's get started, and I'm going to share with you what we're going to make. So this again is the Love and Happiness. We're going to be using Wedding Wishes and Congratulations. And from the dies, we're going to be using the large heart and the small heart and the banner and this banner. We're also going to be using the beautiful hybrid embossing folder. And we're going to be using the Simply Elegant Designer Series paper. I have to tell you that I get this mixed up with the Expressions in Ink, but this is the Simply Elegant Designer Series paper. So this Designer Series paper is 5 1/4 by 12, and it is scored at, which I've already done, 4, and then again at 8. All right. You need a piece of basic black that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. We need another piece of basic black that is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. We need a piece of Very Vanilla that is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. You need a piece of soft suede that is large enough that will cut out this heart. You need a piece of the gold foil paper, which is 1 by 4 3/4. I've already die cut out in Very Vanilla the banner. I have also die cut out this small heart in the gold foil, and I've already die cut out one of the large hearts in the vellum. Now, I have to back up a little bit and say that this card I also showcased at the end of last month at the Global Share Fair. And the card that I shared at that Global Share Fair was this one. Don't you love that Designer Series paper? And when you open it up, you've got a gift card holder here for a gift card. And what did I do with my... I have a little gift card that I keep on hand as a sample, and I just dropped all kinds of things off my desk. But this is just an old Walt Disney gift card, and it's just going to slip in there like that. Or it could be a check, or it could be cash. We're also going to be using the gold embossing powder on the front, on the front and on the inside. I ran out of this pattern from the Simply Elegant Designer Series paper. I ran out of this pattern, so I'm recreating it using this pattern, and this is the card. And when you open it up, it says Wedding Wishes. It's very similar to this one, except for this one, I picked up the copper tones in the Designer Series paper. And then on this one, I'm bringing up the gold tones in the Designer Series paper. And so let me give you some measurements and hopefully inspire you. And again, thank you, Sue, for your inspiration. I'm going to start off with the Designer Series paper. So ultimately, it is, this is going to be the top or the front of the card, and this is going to be the inside of the card. And what I need to do, I'm going to get out my paper trimmer and I'm going to cut from this end down to this end on that diagonal. So let me get out my paper trimmer. Okay, I'm going to put the gift card away. All right, so I'm going to put my, hold on, I got a piece of paper in there. So I'm in this track right here, I'm going to put the point of that edge, and then we're going to rotate this down. So this is going to be in the track, and then this edge is going to be in the track. So when I slide the cutter through it, like that, this is, you can use this for something else. And you're going to have this. Now, the one thing I will say, if you're going to recreate this card, it's nice to have a Designer Series paper that doesn't have an obvious direction to it. Like this one is definitely up and down, but if you had something that was a pattern that was on this side, it was obviously up. When you folded this up, it's going to be down. So just make sure you've got a Designer Series paper that will fit the bill. Okay, now I'm going to take my, I hope, glue. This is my Tombow glue, and I'm just going to put a bead of adhesive down that edge there. Oh, look at that. Sometimes, you know, doesn't always come out first go. And then I'm just going to hold this down like that, and then just make sure that that edge gets sealed. And because we're going to be tucking something in there, you don't want this to break apart. Okay. Really, that's it, guys. The card's done. Okay, so now we're going to take the piece of basic black, and again, this is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and we are going to adhere this to the base of that card, leaving even spaces and all the way around. And you can use your Tombow glue, you can use your Stampin' Seal Plus, you can use your sticky strip, or your tear and tape, I should say. I'm just going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus. Oh, I think I have a little bit of adhesive there. I do right there. Okay, and now I'm going to lay this on top like that. I was so disappointed with myself. I was in such a role of doing videos on the weekend. I had multiple videos being uploaded at the same time. And don't ask me what I did, but I thought one of them had already been uploaded to YouTube, but it hadn't been. And I thought, okay, I'm deleting it. And I deleted it too quickly. And it was the video for this. So there's the card. I'm going to do some stamping before I go any further. And we need Versamark and also the gold embossing powder and your heat gun. And I'm going to use Wedding Wishes, and the Congratulations. And I need a couple of blocks. Oh my. Okay, what am I going to say? I'm going to say my blocks are filthy. My job this weekend is going to be to clean up my blocks. Okay, yes, I am using my embossing buddy just to take the static off. I know Stampin' Up! Doesn't sell this anymore, but If you've got it, if you have one, please use it. It just makes life so much easier. All right, and now I'm going to take the, first off, Wedding Wishes. And I'm going to stamp this in the middle. And then get out my embossing powder. You should, you don't have to heat it up right away, but you should put on the embossing powder before the ink dries. Oops, I should do this in the frame, so I'm just going to knock out the excess. Okay, so there is Wedding Wishes. Isn't that pretty? It's not even embossed and it's pretty. And now I'm going to do the same thing with, whoops, Congratulations, and on this little banner, hoping that I get it straight. It's tone on tone, so you can't really see it until you put the embossing powder on, but it looked like it was straight. Yep. There we go. A little bit more right there. Doesn't look like it got really covered with the embossing powder. Whoa. Okay, I'm going to put this away. I'm going to put the lid on this because it's an accident waiting to happen, folks. And now let me bring out my heat gun. And I'm just going to heat these up. Let me bring it up closer so you can see the magic happen. The trick to the embossing gun or the heat gun is to not let it sit in one spot so that it doesn't burn the paper. You can actually go from behind and to try and heat it up from the bottom. And here you can see it starting to melt and solidify. And there's Wedding Wishes. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the Congratulations. Oh, and see, the heat gun is now warmed up, so it's working really quickly. I'm being lazy. I should move it because my finger's burning. Okay, I love this font. I think I've said this before. This font is gorgeous. Gorgeous. All right, put those two stamps away. I don't need those anymore. Okay, so I am going to mount this onto the inside, onto the top of the black, the basic black. And because the front of the card is just a designer series, not just, but it's designer series paper, and it's a little bit thin, so I am going to put this on the inside. My eyes, it's late at night and my eyes are not straight, so I'm not adhering very straight tonight. Because this is thin, I'm putting this on the inside to give it a little bit of oomph. So it's a little thicker, a little bit more stable. I'm not sure what term you want to use, but it just has a little bit more oomph to it. I think oomph is the perfect term to use. And I'm going to make sure it's even on the boat on all four sides, like that. Okay, so now this actually feels like a card front because we've got this layer, a double layer actually of cardstock, and so it actually feels like a card front. Okay, so now I'm going to bring out my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And I'm going to bring out my folder, and I need both of those. So what I'm going to do with the hybrid embossing folder, I'm going to take the die, and this is the cut side up, and I'm going to actually nestle it in there like that. And I'm going to bring out my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Okay. And I'm going to lay my soft suede on the top like that, and that way it's going to, when I flip it over, it's going to cut that out and emboss it at the same time. But while I'm at it, I also want to emboss this piece of gold foil. So I'm just going to put it down there so that it embosses at the same. Oops, nope, I'm not going to do that, Elizabeth. I'm going to put that down there like that. There we go, and flip it over. So now I'm going to get the embossing of the soft suede and of the gold foil at the same time. I like to use the soft suede with the gold foil. It has, I think, a similar tone to the gold foil, and I didn't want to put a gold heart on there. I've got the little gold. I have the little gold heart, and I think that that's enough. I think if I had to put a large gold heart, it might have been just a wee bit tacky. Okay, so now we've cut out that gorgeous heart. Look at the embossing on that heart. That is beautiful. I'm going to put this away. That's garbage. And then here is the embossed gold foil. And I'm going to put this all back on the floor like that. Okay. Now we can just assemble this card. And it's all about layering. So we're going to put the vellum heart down, and then we will pop this up, and then we're going to put that heart down, and this is going to sort of get put down here like that, and then this is going to get popped up on top like that. Okay, so I'm going to start off first by putting down the vellum heart, and I'm just using Tombow glue sort of in the middle. But you know, I think the Tombow glue is perfect with vellum, because I'll show you. So here you see that blob of glue, right? So if you put it down and then you just sort of like blend it in, it kind of smushes in, and it'll dry, and it just excuse me, it just blends in, but it'll dry a bit. But I'm actually going to put this on top of it, so it's going to cover that part, but it'll dry and you won't see it. It won't be as obvious. Looking for dimensionals. Do I have a package that's partially used? I don't. So I will bring out a new one. If you watched the last video, I did a little dimensional dance. That's where I finished off the dimensionals. So a little dance will do it. I'm excited when I finish off dimensionals. Last night I had a team get together, and we made, they did porch pickup, and they all picked up their make and takes, and we did 3 cards using the On the Horizon stamp set and bundles. So those videos will be coming to you in the not so distant future. I've got a few videos in the hopper, but the On the Horizon is really a gorgeous bundle. Anyhow, so I'm going to lay that down kind of like that. And then this heart is going to get kind of like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dimensional on the top corner, on the top mounds, and on the bottom, and then I'm going to put some liquid glue in the middle, because I want it's going to be popped up. It's going to be flush on top of this because it's already been popped up once. You know, when I stamp late at night, especially if I do videos late at night, it's like, okay, so is the lighting okay? And my mind doesn't work like it does first thing in the morning. But like I said, I totally deleted this video, and I thought I need to get this back up so that I can get it scheduled. And then I'm just going to put the heart like that. All right. You could actually have used a gray heart as well. That would have been nice. Like on this card, It was the gray heart. And then this is going to get popped up as well, and this is going to get sort of on the bottom. It's going to have dimensionals here on the bottom, and then just a little bit of liquid glue on the top left hand side so that it will adhere to that, to the big heart, like that. And then some glue, and this is such a pretty card. And then this is going to get, you know, it can go like that. What do you think? Like that or like that? So this one, I put it right over the heart, but you know, something tells me I like it like this. So that's what I'm going to do for this one, and I'm going to put it dimensionals on. Make sure you get one in the middle so it doesn't sag, like that. And yeah, I think I'm going to put it right here like this, just to break up some of the gold, like that. So that is the gift card holder, and when you open it up like that, and the gift card slides in there like that, except for it's not a Disney gift card. And so that is it with the heart in the middle. Oh, I don't know, what do you guys think? Heart to the left or heart in the middle? I don't know. I don't know. My brain, my sort of very boxy brain says heart in the middle, but this to me is a little bit avant-garde for me. Maybe it makes me feel artistic. And then this was the one in the other pattern. Again, part of the same designer series paper, but I just didn't have any of that particular pattern left. And that is me for a late night tutorial on the Love and Happiness stamp set. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you were inspired, and happy stamping. We'll talk to you again soon.